Hey guys, Ashley here, and welcome back to our Little House Advent Calendar. This will be our last video of the calendar. This is just sort of a recap and just kind of, just me telling my thoughts about it. So to start off, I really did enjoy this calendar, and it was a lot of fun. As I said on the first day that I did this was one that we had to fill ourselves. So I didn't know what the items were, but what I did was I let Elise put in the actual doll items, and I just put in the cards, and she kind of tried to coordinate them. I think she moved some of them around to spread the items out a little bit, but I'm not really sure. So just for starters, what you get in the calendar, you can see I've got it all out here. You get the mittens, the stocking, the cup, the candy cane, the Indian head penny, and Laura's doll, which I could not remember the name of when I filmed the other video, but her name is Charlotte. And I actually wasn't completely sure about that at first, but I actually got the tag here that shows what you get, and it does say Laura's doll Charlotte. So her name is Charlotte. I'm actually rereading The Long Winter now, but I started rereading just yesterday, so I'm not very far into it yet. I meant to start a while ago, but I was finishing up a different book first. I don't like to read two books at once. But anyway, you also get this little bag. This is what all the items come in when you order the calendar, because as I said, you do have to fill it yourself. So all the items are in this, and then all the little cards are just kind of in their own little, if I can pick them up without, no, I'm trying to keep them in order. So all the little cards, well, in the order I had them in anyway. So all the little cards were in like a plastic wrap. So this is a present sack, which kind of reminded me of the present sack that Mr. Edwards brings the stuff to the girls in the show, but I don't remember if it was this pattern or not. We normally watch that around this time, so we'll actually probably watch that tonight after we've had people come over and open gifts, because we do some gift opening on Christmas Eve, though it'll be Christmas Day when you guys see this. So it'll be yesterday that we watched the special. But anyway, I left the ornament hangers on the doors for the days where we got an item. So you can see that for mine, I got them on the 4th, the 7th, the 10th, the 16th, the 19th, the 21st, and of course the 24th, which is the biggest day, which is when you get Charlotte. And I think this Charlotte doll is just so cute. I absolutely love her. I think she is a great replica. Go ahead and let Fancy Nancy hold her. And you get, as I mentioned, you get 24 of these, because you get one of these each day, even though you don't get an item each day. You could technically split the gloves up, I guess, if you wanted to have one more day with an item in it. So here's the mittens. It's mostly just like what they got in their stockings. But in the special, I guess they didn't get all this stuff in their stockings, I don't believe. But anyway, the candy cane. And this is all really well made. Indian head penny, the little cake or cookie that Caroline made that they got in their stockings. The cup, I like how it looks like it has milk in it. And each of the girls got one of those in their stockings as well. And a stocking. And of course there's 24 of these hangers, because you hang one on each door, counting from 1 to 24. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip through the quotes as well real quick so you guys can see. The first one I got was the one that says, "Home is the nicest word there is. As Ma said, it did no good to be impatient. Remember well and bear in mind a constant friend is hard to find. It is the sweet simple things of life which are the real ones after all." I don't know what my dog's barking at. Someone may be here. "What must be done is best done cheerfully. There's no great loss without some small gain. Never bet your money on another man's game." I don't know if you guys could hear Grandma yelling at Angel. Okay, no one's here. Angel's just barking at the neighbors, apparently. "When you love somebody, it's worth putting your pride behind you." I love the little illustrations of some of these as well. "You never know what will happen next or where you'll be tomorrow when you are traveling in a covered wagon. Some old-fashioned things like fresh air and sunshine are hard to beat." And this one says, "Rows of little dreams curving over the plowed hills. Count your blessings. I just dropped some of the cards. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Softly paused fiddle sang in the starlight. She went past the willow valley and played in the prairie grasses among the black-eyed Susans and goldenrod. Ma took one of Mary's clean stockings and one of Laura's, and she hung them from the mantel shelf. Remember me with smiles and laughter, for that is how I'll remember you. A good laugh overcomes more difficulties and dissipates more dark clouds than any other one thing. The life of the earth comes up with a rush in the springtime. There is nothing in the world so good as good neighbors. Every job is good if you do your best and work hard. I keep dropping things. There we go. A true way to live is to enjoy every moment as it passes, and surely it is in the everyday things around us that the beauty of life lies. All's well that ends well, and home is where the heart is. So I thought these were all really good quotes, and I'm going to use them. Probably not all of them. I might switch them out, but I'm definitely going to use some of them to decorate the dollhouse I have for my 18-inch dolls, like Fancy Nancy over here. And all these items, of course, will be used in the dollhouse. I hope to eventually get at least the Laura Ingalls doll, but preferably both Laura and Mary, but that won't be for some time now. Like I said, these are all really well-made accessories. The calendar itself, I think, is really well-made, and it's pretty heavy. Of course, if you tipped it forward, all the drawers would probably fall out and make a mess, but I never had that happen. And the back of it, let me just move Nancy real quick so I can show you guys. The back of it has these little things so you can mount it on the wall. There's just like the information where it says the Queen's Treasures, and it contains composite wood that complies with, you know, with the safety standards and all that stuff. So this is definitely really well made. I love the calendar. You can use it again and again, year after year. You just fill it with your own things. And just another thing I wanted to mention was all of these cards do have French on the background as well. So any Canadian viewers who might speak French, this calendar would be good for that, because you have both the English and the French. So it doesn't matter if you speak French primarily, you can still use the calendar. Just a few of them, like Home is Where the Heart Is, does not have it in French. A couple of the ones like that don't. Like, I think the Don't Count Your Chickens doesn't have one in French. Yeah, that one's the same on both sides. And Count Your Blessings is the same on both sides. But most of them do have a reverse side in French. This one doesn't either. The one about the rows of little trees, apple and peach, curving over the plowed hills. But for the most part, they are done in English and French. So this was probably originally made for Canada, was what I figured. So yeah, you can see on the back here. Of course, this one also does not have it in French. I hope I'm not even in frame, am I? I'm sorry. So that was everything we got. In my opinion, this was a good calendar. It is a bit more on the expensive side. I think it was like 60 something. I don't remember the exact price now. I know someone asked me though in a comment on one of the videos, and I did tell them how much it was. I just can't think of it right now. But you can also get it for cheaper, for only like 40 something, but then you don't get the little doll items, and I'm not even sure if you get the cards. I think you might just get the hangers and then just be supposed to fill it yourself. Then excuse me, I'm hiccuping. And this is just the tag one more time, just so you guys can get a good look at that. Officially licensed Little House on the Prairie Christmas accessory set was inspired by the beloved Laura Ingalls Wilder stories and is sized for play with 18-inch dolls. And then underneath that, it just says the same thing in French. And the same over here, it just lists all the items and then lists them again in French. Okay, so that was pretty much it for this recap of the calendar. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, I just want to say I would definitely recommend this calendar, and it would definitely get 5 stars from me. So So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me bring Nancy back over here. Just sort of slide her back into frame. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed making these videos for you guys this year. And I just always enjoy making these videos and just talking to you guys. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you did, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye, guys.